Hello everyone, welcome to Options Talk 19, and we have Raghunath back with us today, and he'll be talking on a very interesting topic. A lot of people have asked him about questions about this in the past couple of weeks. So of course, before that, I will start with my charts. And if everyone remembers, last week I talked about the big outperformance of Bank Nifty, and this is how it sees now. It has just gone up continuously this week, so Bank Nifty has really outperformed. And I had mentioned three stocks options: ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and SBI. The charts which I had shown of all the three option strikes, I think they have doubled in the last 1 week. So whoever have traded them must have got a good trade in them. So that was a nice thing that it matched what the analysis was last week. So now what to expect for this week? In fact, I had also talked about VIX and how does it look now, that ratio chart. If you remember, I had talked about a potential pattern retest here, and that is exactly what happened. I had talked about this ratio not going below the previous low. This is a ratio of VIX to Nifty spot, and then it gave a good reversal column, and then it has given a double top buy also, so which means we might see VIX going up further. So that is one sign of caution. So I had also cautioned about shorting straddles and triangles, and I believe hardly any good trade was available last week in a short straddle or triangle, unless it was just an intraday trade. But positionally, there was no trade. It was just going up and up. In fact, this also blows the myth that VIX goes up only when market goes down. There are some occasions like now when VIX can go up even when the market is going up. The other big example which I remember was May 2019, just before the Lok Sabha elections. I had mentioned it last week when VIX had gone up from 15 to 30. That was the event-based reaction. And again, like I said last week, this is an event, probably the world's biggest event, coming in just less than 4 weeks. So we need to be cautious in shorting straddle strangles even now, unless it is for a very short term or just an intraday trade or something like that. So now, what next in Bank Nifty? Let's take Bank Nifty first. If you remember, the first time it had reached this 200, this is a daily chart. 200, I had cautioned about sell-off, and of course, I had not expected this kind of sell-off. It came down all the way from 25, 200 down to 20,400, and now it is back to that scene of crime which was there previously. So it is at resistance now. Only thing is, of course, no one can say whether this resistance will act again, because once it has acted, second time no one can be sure. But the fact is, Bank Nifty is at resistance now, so you need to be cautious. Even on the point and figure chart of only Bank Nifty, there is a 45-degree trend line from that previous top, which comes near 24 200, 24 300, which is just about 600 points higher from here. So again, that, and again this high of this bearish anchor column, which is 23 900. So that is almost at the current price. So this also shows that there should be caution in Bank Nifty going forward. And what does Nifty say? This is an interesting chart. Of course, this doesn't mean it will act from here, the resistance. If you go back to February when the fall started, this is the chart of February, 19 February, where you'll see a tiny island reversal gap. Here the high was 12,030, then the low was 12,042. So a small gap of 12 points, which technically is still an island reversal gap, because then there was a big gap down on 24th February where the high was 12,012. So 12,012 to 12,042. These 30 points is a potential resistance now. And we are right now at 11,914. So another 100 points on Nifty. That is what the chart says. It doesn't mean the resistance will act and Nifty will crash or whatever. It's just that you need to keep in mind, because the runaway bull run over the last just 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks actually, 29 September onwards, from 10,900 to 11,900, more than 1,000 points in 10 days. This is an extremely rare phenomenon in the market. So you need to be cautious. You should not throw caution to the winds. So what does the VIX chart? So that was the VIX ratio. So this also shows a potential retest with a, in fact, this has given a double top buy. So this is more bullish than the ratio chart. This is the chart of India VIX. Though of course it is still below the moving average. It shows that there is a possible potential retest. And of course, if it goes above 24, then Nifty can become very volatile. 24 is the previous top. So a close above 24 will be very volatile for VIX. That is one angle of looking at it. Now looking at the call chart of 12,000 call, this went all the way down to 15, 16 around 25th September, and after that it is relentlessly going up now at 170. So this is the previous high on that call, which is near 210, 220, and right now we are at 170. So that is about 50 points on the 12,000 call. So if you take into account the time value, and even if Nifty goes up towards 12,000, this call might come to this high, and that can act as a resistance near 200. So keep a watch on this 12,000 call. Unless it goes and closes above 220, then this also can act as a resistance. So everything is pointing towards a resistance this week, quite opposite to what it was last week. So this is the Bank Nifty ratio chart, which also I had shown here that it has broken out and it has given a good anchor column. The fact that I'm cautioning about resistances doesn't mean that Nifty is going to crash or anything. No, it just means that you need to tighten your stop loss if you're long, and maybe there might be some stocks which might be showing negative trends already. In fact, I remember Z was down on Friday. So that might be a good. I mean, you need, if Nifty starts correcting, you need to start looking at weak stocks to short. So a lot of people had asked me what is the opinion on Reliance. So the Reliance, based on option charts, is at a very curious level where if you see the 2250 call, which is at the money, there is a big anchor column on the call chart without any follow through, and it was completely negated immediately. And now we are below that anchor column low. So this is not bullish. If you look at the put chart, there was a big bullish anchor column from the low, and though there has been a triple top buy, it has again reacted. So basically, even the put is not doing much. So now, what does the one? I have plotted a strangle, which is the Reliance 2300 call and 2200 put strangle. So you might ask me, I have been talking about not shorting straddle strangles. This is one good opportunity in Reliance. With the stop loss above 125, 130. Right now it is at 115. So not a very big stop loss, hardly 25, 30 point stop loss. It has already given a follow through sell on Friday late in the evening around closing. So if you get a chance to short right now near, I mean, if the price you get is about 115 with the stop loss of 135, this can be a good short. I don't think Reliance can run away. In fact, the range everyone knows is 2170 to 2300. So as long as Reliance is within this 130 points range, this triangle will keep going down. And who knows, some, which is always someone, those who trade triangles or triangles, their dream is that the trade should go to zero. Who knows, this might go to zero. You never know. So that is all from my side. So let's hand it over to Raghunath, who has, like I said, something very interesting today. And over to you, Raghunath.
Okay, thank you, AP. Hello, folks. Today, I have presented an interesting topic in DECNOC, which has happened last month, and we also put this put call ratio indicator on Obstra. So there are a lot of questions came in, like, what is this indicator and how to use and all that. So I thought I can use this platform to explain some of the concepts that I've shared in DECNOC presentation. So today we'll talk about put call ratio and different kinds of put call ratio and how you can use that to understand market dynamics or the stock dynamics. So what is put call ratio? As a definition, it's an indicator used by investors or traders to gauge the outlook of the market. The standard ratio uses the volume of the puts and calls over a determined time period, like it's a daily or a weekly or even intraday, on a market index to determine the market sentiment. So usually they use the volume of puts divided by volume of calls. That is a standard ratio. So it can also be used to gauge the sentiment of investors or traders in ETFs, individual stocks, and instruments. So how PCR of an index or stock is calculated? Simply you take put options volume, call options volume, you get this standard PCR ratio. There is another variation to this method which I prefer, and many other people are also using this. This is using the open interest. So you take total put open interest, divide it by total call open interest of any given index or stock. So that you will get the PCR of the open interest of the underlying index or stock. So today we'll talk mainly about the open interest based put call ratio. So when PCR is 1, it means for every one put there is one call outstanding open interest. So open interest means it's the trade is in the system. It's not executed both ways. It executed only in one way. Like for every one open interest, there is a seller and buyer as an open trade in the system. So when PCR is greater than 1, it means more puts are outstanding in the system compared to calls. And when PCR is less than 1, it means more calls are outstanding in the system compared to puts. So PCR is used both as a momentum indicator or as a contrarian indicator. So if you ask people like, if it is above PCR is above 1, some people will say that, there is a huge momentum because there are more puts being written in the system, and therefore the market is bullish or the stock is bullish. And some people also tell us this is a contrarian indicator because more people are buying puts, indicating that there is a bearishness. So depending on which people you ask, you'll get different answers. So how to interpret this put call ratio? PCR is best used as a contrarian indicator at extreme levels. Why? Because be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful, right? When somebody is writing too many puts, or when looking the other way, when somebody is buying too many puts, right? Somebody is fearful. So you should be greedy at that time. So if you believe that majority of options expire worthless, it's better to be a contrarian when options are being bought at extreme levels of market or stock. So in this case, if PCR, like, when I said PCR is above 1, like more puts are being bought, then maybe it is important for you being contrarian, which means you are bullish in that case instead of bearish. So this is a PCR of Nifty open interest. And whenever this goes above 1.5, it becomes contrarian, right? So here is the indicator of 1. But overall, if you look of this PCR ratio, you'll not get a very strong signals like, okay, when if it crosses above 1.5, maybe I can short or maybe I can buy. Sometimes you get short indicator, sometimes you get long signal. So the clarity is not there in this PCR of Nifty open interest. So because there is a drawback of this system, because here we are only looking at the open interest. We're not really looking at the value of the open interest of any particular strikes, right? Here we are looking at all the strikes. But what if somebody is buying huge number of puts at some extreme strike, let's say 5,400 or 5,500 or 5,000. If somebody is buying at extreme strike price, then your PCR will be very high. But that may not be of very high value. And that might skew your PCR ratio. And it may not give a clear signal because it's too far away to make an impact on your market. And that kind of extreme level PCR, high open interest, it can skew the PCR, and you might get you know a noise in your signal. So the PCR of index options skewed towards upside because of as I said, extreme buying of options, and that extreme buying of options is because of hedging of the puts, right? People buy also. If you look at the institutional investors, they always buy puts at extreme, far out of the money puts. They buy a lot of options to hedge their portfolios. So even that can skew your put call ratio, right? So this may not be a very good indicator for you to, to go long or short based on this indicator. So in order to avoid this situation and to have much more clarity on this put call ratio, we are going to use another indicator called, it's a variation called weighted put call ratio, or WPCR. So how WPCR of index or stock is calculated? So here what we will do is that we multiply the put price with put volume of particular strike. So at each strike we do this, put price into put volume, call price into call volume, and then we sum all of them, of all the put price of all the put strikes and of all the put call strikes. We sum all of them and then divide them, and then we get weighted put call ratio. Correct. This is with the volume, but in the variation of this method, what we will do is that we multiply at every strike with the price and open interest, and then sum them up and then divide them. The put price into put OI, sum of them, divided by call price into call OI. So this will give you weighted put call ratio based on the open interest. So here what we are doing is that we are adding value to the open interest, and the value that we are adding, or the weightage we are giving here, is the price, right? And that is why it's called weighted put call ratio. So if you look at the option chain, we are simply multiplying the last trading price with the open interest, and the same way for the put options, and then add all of them for each strike. We add all of them after multiplying, and then divide them with the addition of the call LTP into open interest, and then we get the put call ratio, weighted put call ratio of index or the stock. All right, and similarly it's the same for the stocks as well. But another difference with this equity only weighted put call ratio is that we calculate this for all the FNO stocks. Okay, this weighted put call ratio we calculate for all the FNO stocks, and then you add them together to get a weighted put call ratio of the market, right? Instead of only index, we are using all the stocks of the FNO universe. So this is another way of also calculating weighted put call ratio of the market. So we are not going to look at this today. We will talk about weighted put call ratio of the Nifty. So here we used index options to calculate this particular ratio. Now this is the stock price. This is a line chart of the Nifty. And if you look at the weighted put call ratio, this here is the 5-day or the 5 SMA, simple moving average. So we are using 5 SMA is because to smoothen the ratio. Otherwise, it will be very zigzag and too much noise to signal ratio. So we are going to use a 5 SMA for standard calculation of WPCR. Now, if you look at this, whenever there is reversal or some kind of market fall, you will see that the WPCR increases, right? And same happens. This has happened when there was this coronavirus induced market selling. the markets went down, and the put call ratio the weighted put call ratio went to an extreme. Okay, and then again after market correction, and again market fell down. Again, this you see this blip in the weighted put call ratio, right? So extreme WPCR value when there is an extreme sell-off, or when there is extreme buy also. So here this you cannot see clearly here, which I will show again in another slide, that when there is extreme buying or extreme selling, you will see extreme WPCR value, like in this case, right? Another thing you will notice is that these are mirror images of the stock price action or the index price action. Okay. So here another look here. So how to use this indicator? So the best way to use this is that first make sure that there is a mirror image. Okay. So I've took slightly away from the March coronavirus the market sell-off. I used some other period so that we can clearly see some other market ranges. So here you can see whenever there is market sell-off, you see this extreme levels in the WPCR. When you see this increase in WPCR, okay, this is called local maxima. Local maxima means you see a reversal after a extreme WPCR ratio, and then you'll see a sell-off. Then it's called local maxima. So you'll see this kind of curve, And when there is extreme bullishness in the market, extreme buying, then your WPCR level is also very extreme. Here you will see this ratio below 0.5 or 0.2. So and here this is called local minima. So you will have this kind of structure when there is an extreme bullishness, right? So this is called local minima. So here, if you take 5 different points on a WPCR, and if you take this as peak, and you have to have 2 before the peak and 2 after the peak, you'll get a local minima. So that will be your signal to that there is a reversal in the WPCR and also a reversal in the market. And similarly, local minima, local maxima. So we can use weighted put call ratio as a trading signal. Use the WPCR as a trading signal at extreme levels, as I shown you the extreme levels. For long positions, use WPCR extreme level, ideally above 2, after a local maxima is formed. So after a local maxima like this, for long position, because this signal you'll get when there is an extreme sell-off. And for short positions, you use WPCR extreme level, ideally below 0.5, after a local minima is formed. Okay, local minima like this. So after entry, use a fixed percentage of index or stock price as stop loss, or when the local maxima or local minima is breached, immediately after entry. Okay, so you use a fixed percentage of index or the price as stop level, or you can use. So let's say after a local maxima is formed, then you have bought the stock, and then again if it goes above the local maxima level, you should immediately exit the market. So for booking profit, you can use 1:2 risk reward ratio. So as I said, percentage of index or stock price if you're using as a stop loss, and similarly way, if you're using 1 as your stop loss, then you use 2 as your reward or the target. So let's see here some of the signals that you get when you use this particular strategy. So here it has gone this local minima is formed, and it has gone below 0.5, and you get a signal like this. Okay, a sell signal. And here I think this is not above 2, so you didn't get the signal. And then here again you got a sell signal here, extreme. So here it has worked out. Here it didn't work very well. And again here you got this local maxima, right? Here you got, and immediately the market went up a bit. And if your stop loss didn't hit, according to that, you would have got this bullish market in your pocket. And again a sell signal here. There is an extreme local minima in the WPCR. So you get signals like this with using a weighted put call ratio. Important thing is that you need to have a mirror image and extreme levels in the WPCR and a local minima or local maxima. And also if you look at the WPCR of Reliance, another example here, this event it's almost went up to 2, right, and gave a buy signal here. So you got a bullish riding, and also again a local maxima, a buy signal. Maybe you got a buy signal somewhere here, so it worked. And then you got an extreme signal here for a sell. Somewhere here you would have got the signal, and then again this worked out. Again this one also worked out, buy signal. So if you use this signal properly, wait for your local maxima and local minima to form and your extreme WPCR signal, and then as a mirror image you will get very good trading signals, right? So usage of weighted put call ratio, it's a dynamic put call ratio because it depends on how extreme it is going, depending on how much people are buying. And one thing, it's dynamic because the thing that you're betting on is that this extreme level is forming because too many people are buying this particular, for example, option, the put options here. So there are a lot of suckers, or the people who are who are rushing or chasing this particular market here. The too many people are buying and paying too much value for the put options. And when that reaches to a climax, which you will see as a local maxima, then you're taking this as a signal. Okay, you're taking a contrarian signal because there are too many people who are greedy, right? So WPCR is a mirror image of stock index price action. When the stock tops out, the WCR bottoms out, and vice versa. So WPCR can be used to gauge overall market sentiment and give you enough time to pause at extreme levels to exit or your reduce existing position. For example, here you got a short position, right? Now, if you imagine that you are in a short position and it's kept on going up, right? Now, this will give you a pause that you need to get exit because this is going to an extreme level. So when it is forming your local maxima, that is the time to exit your position or reduce your position. So it will give you enough time to pause or exit your positions. So WPCR can also be used as a confirmatory signal at major turns in the market, right? So let's imagine that you have some other signal and you also got a signal here, the extreme signal, right? So you can use this also confirmatory signal. Don't use it as a standalone signal. You can use also confirmatory signal. I know you might have some kind of RSI divergence or moving average crossover, some kind of trend trading or mean reversal, any other signal you might have gotten. And if you also got this confirmatory signal, then you'll have much more confidence in your trade. Right?
Just one question, Raghunath.
Yeah.
Something which I just spotted just now. When the WPCR in a stock goes flat,
yeah,
Does it mean that it might give good trade in short straddle or short strangle? Because that is what I showed in Reliance just now. So, and
Yes.
Reliance has gone flat.
This is difficult to say because anything can happen between certain ratio. Because
No,
here
no, of
it is,
course. I mean, the
yeah,
chart of the straddle strangle shows it is weak right now. So the trading will
yeah.
be done as per that chart only. But that is a cue that look for a straddle chart, strangle chart now,
Okay,
something like that.
I have never looked at that way because I was
Uh,
only acting as using this as an extreme levels
okay.
because I never looked it in that particular way. Maybe we can
Yeah,
look
that's
at
right.
them
Yeah.
in that way as well and see, if we can extract some value there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
just
this
a
can
thought
be
I
a
had.
good idea.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, fine.
Yeah, this can be a good idea. Uh, okay, so you can use this as a confirmatory signal, and you can also use WPSR itself as a trading signal at extreme levels. So, so please go through all of this. And recently also I tweeted one particular stock about Bharti that I saw same levels of WPCR that I've saw when there was market sell-off in March. So this was quite unusual for me, right? If you see in the March, Bharti Airtel, the extreme value you saw here, and you also saw this recently. So I immediately tweeted out that I saw the same levels here. So if there was a local minimum formed here, that this can be a good mean reversal signal. But I would still suggest that use this as a confirmatory signal. If you have a signal, if you got a signal to buy in some other system, but you can also use this as a reversal signal because after the signal came out, nothing has happened in this Bharti Airtel. I mean the market is not going below 420. So you can use with a stop loss. You can use this as a buy signal. That could be one strategy because same behavior I'm seeing here both ways. And another interesting thing I saw is with Bank Nifty. Now, if you look here, I'm not looking at this one, but we zoom out at the close value here. Now, if you look here, when there was this peak that has happened, right? If you look at the value of the WPCR, it's around 0.298, right? So ideally, I say that you can go, you can use this if a local minima is formed. Local minima means here is the peak, and then after two signals of this, here you could short here somewhere here, right? After local minima is formed. So the peak formed is 0.298, and here we have not reached to that level, and here also we have not reached to that level. So you can use this like wait till this level is reached, and then only use as a short signal when the local minima is formed. So and here again you can see here a local maxima is formed here, which kind of gave a buy signal. If you look at this signal, so you can use all these kinds of signals in your trading strategy. Either you use as a standalone system or you can use as a confirmatory signal. And we can also look at the Nifty, this thing. Just it's the last chart. Okay. So here we got an extreme signal here around 0.321 here. And then this has already, reached to that same level, around that level in Nifty. And the market is still going up. So we have to wait this for to make a peak before you can consider that there is a reversal in the Nifty. So unless this turns around, you cannot take this as a signal. As AP has shown with his charts, you have to use this as a caution, not as a signal to short the Nifty market more as a caution signal. And if you have, for example, if you have long positions, you can reduce your long positions. So AP, that's all from me.
Yeah, that's all. I think we have covered everything now. So thank you for this
Okay.
interesting take on WPCR, and I'm sure this is going to be very useful for positional traders.
Yeah, and also this is the PCR for the sorry, this is the link for the PCR
Yeah.
/PCR obstradefinance.com/PCR. Okay, thank you AP, thank you
Okay,
everyone.
fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.